हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आज का टॉपिक है मैनेजमेंट ऑफ डिसिप्लिन इन द क्लासरूम। तो वीडियो स्टार्ट करने से पहले चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए और बेल आइकन को प्रेस कर दीजिए ताकि आगे आने वाली वीडियोस का नोटिफिकेशन आपको टाइमली मिल सके। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। In broader sense, discipline mainly denotes self-discipline, which is a process whereby a student comes to regulate his or her own behavior to fit him in with his own purposes or the needs of the others. In narrower sense, discipline means punishment, which instead of helping in the long run creates more problems. In the school context, discipline relates to the problem of maintaining classroom order, which is based on a sense of responsibility, consideration for others, and self respect. However, before a student can feel responsible for his or her own behavior, he or she must first develop a sense of belonging. Only when a student feels that he or she is an integral part of the class, then he or she will develop a sense of responsibility. Hence, the starting point of good discipline in the class is a positive teacher to student relationship in which there is a mutual respect and a sense of shared responsibility. Some of the commonly encountered discipline problems that disturb classroom order are lateness. Sometimes students come to school late. If the teacher has already started teaching, the students fail to understand. The latecomers discuss with other friends about their late arrival and also about the topic the teacher is teaching. This creates indiscipline in the class and adversely affects the concentration of many students. Truancy. In many rural schools, a large number of students remain absent from school without any genuine reason. When they come to school after a gap, they do not understand the lesson, and this leads to disturbances in the classroom. Very often, such students leave the class before the closure of school without informing anybody. Noise making. When the students cannot understand what is going on in the classroom or finds a task uninteresting and do not get involved, they talk among themselves and create disturbances which leads to indiscipline in the classroom. Clowning. Mocking and cutting jokes at the cost of others loudly is a tactic adopted by some students to channelize their own failure, which may lead to scuffling, shouting, crying, causing disturbances in the class. Aggression. Making proactive gestures, manhandling, threatening, quarreling, fighting with others are typical behavior which disrupts the normal activities of the class. Disobedience. Many a time, a few students do not deliberately obey teachers' word or instructions. This disobedience on the part of students lead to indiscipline. Disrespect. In certain situations, a student directly challenges to teachers' authority or competence, thus showing open defiance to discipline rules. Indifference. Indifference to do any task or failure to complete any work leads to unruly behavior. Cheating. When a student has not tried to do the task in time or the task is beyond his ability or he tries to outwit the teacher, he resorts to cheating. Cheating is a very common behavior adopted by many students. Reason for student indiscipline are many and varied. It is difficult to know the reasons of each and every disciplinary problem. In classroom conditions, the reasons are mostly related to classroom circumstances. The unfavorable or uncomfortable physical conditions like classroom with poor ventilation and light, extremely hot or damp room causes restlessness and feeling of agitation among students. It is seen that some particular group of students demonstrate more problems of discipline than others. It has been also observed that a class with more poor performing student or slow learner is more problematic than other classes. Incidence of indiscipline is found to be mostly associated with boys and then girls. Academic failure also may lead to misbehavior. Misbehavior may lead to poor performance or poor grades assigned as punishment. Some of the teacher generated causes of indiscipline are poor teaching, rude behavior, discriminatory treatments, and indifference to problems of students. Strategies for preventing acts of indiscipline. Adopt a task oriented attitude. Engage students in a variety of tasks which are both challenging and interesting. Manifest confidence. It should be realized that all offenses are not directed at you. Do not take offenses as personal effects. Praise and appreciate students. Develop the ability to praise and appreciate students' achievement, good behavior, and other positive qualities. Avoid unnecessary ambiguity. Restrain from giving a long list of prohibitions and restrictions you expect to maintain. Evolve rules through discussions with students. This will give students a sense of ownership. Effective teachers discuss with their students the reason for the necessity of rules, provide reasonable explanations for each rule, and explain how the rules will help everyone succeed by making their class run smoothly. Ensure that unfavorable conditions are minimized. Factors like provision of space, light, adequate materials, lessening of time pressure, and other irritants must be taken care of. Reduce confusions like giving assignments or activities to the students. Students must be provided with clear instructions to enable them to go ahead with their work. Manifest concern for the students. Fatigue and boredom on the part of students invite disciplinary troubles. Therefore, provide a variety of challenging tasks and switch smoothly from one activity to other before apathy or restlessness sets in. Maintain contact with the whole group, even though much of your attention is directed to the problems of an individual child. Move around the class while teaching. Students should not get the feeling that they are not being watched carefully. Stay within reasonable limits in the classroom. There is no need to be over familiar with the students.